What's up guys, this is Ray, and today we'll be talking about the 2019 Japanese movie, The Fable, directed by Eguchi Kan, whom I have never seen any other movie of, but this is starring Okada Junichi. I think for me that was one of the main attractors of The Fable. Before we dive into this review, if you guys are new to Eiga-Man Ray, I upload movie reviews and discussions of Japanese movies every chance that I get, so if you're new to this channel, you dig the content, definitely would help support the channel if you subscribe. So back to the review, The Fable. This came out in the theaters last year. I decided not to watch it because I forget what movie I decided to watch in its stead. But I did rent this movie on DVD. And I'm kind of regretting that I didn't watch this movie in the theaters because it was a lot of fun. I think it was definitely worth the price of admission in the movie theaters. But The Fable, it's about this hitman, this legendary hitman by the name of The Fable, or at least that's what they call him. He's called The Fable because he's legendary. He's an urban legend. But he is absolutely famous in the assassin circles, I guess, if that's a thing. He has fans, he has people who know him, or at least know him by his nickname. But he's gotten so big that basically he's ordered by his boss to lay low for a year. So they move him to Osaka, and he is with his assistant Yoko, and the Fable and Yoko are ordered to live a normal life as normal, regular, everyday folks in Osaka. But the catch is that if the Fable goes back and against the boss's orders and starts killing again, then the boss is going to kill him. So that is how The Fable starts. There's a lot more to the story, and I think if I keep talking about the story, it's going to, it might take away from the overall experience of the movie if you guys actually go and watch it. But I'll talk about the positives of The Fable, and there are a lot. If I dig Okada Junichi, he is a great actor, he's a great performer to watch, and I think in this movie he was quite entertaining. Basically, The Fable, the way his character is, he's a cold-blooded assassin. Shows like he's that kind of trope that you see in manga and anime of the guy who shows no emotion, who's just cool to the core and just ice cold. And you don't really know what they're thinking, and Okada does that kind of trope very well. And speaking of that trope, this is based off of manga. I'm not sure if it's an anime or anything, but it is based off of manga. That's why a lot of the situations here seem kind of just, just out there, just out of the ordinary, just even kind of awkward because it was imported from ideas which are on the pages of a manga. But going back to Okada's performance, going back to The Fable, he does cold-blooded and calm and collecting extremely well. But there are times when he kind of breaks that character and just does something absolutely stupid. Like he just bursts, like he has a favorite comedian which he pops up on TV. And every time he sees him, he just breaks into hysterical laughter. It's just kind of weird. It does have a pretty nice, a pretty nice tie-in towards the end of the story. But I think, when you see Okada break his character into stuff like that, not only that, but also he'll do things, he'll keep reminding himself, like, I can't be the Fable, I can't be a cold-blooded killer, I gotta be normal, I gotta do regular things, this is what regular people do. But he doesn't really have a good grasp on what normal is, and that is a source of a lot of the comedy, a lot of the fish out of water comedy, is because here we have Okada so used to being a cold-blooded killer who's just to kill without discrimination and to be damn good at it, and here he is, he doesn't know a thing about being normal. He doesn't have any kind of good social skills whatsoever. So the stuff that he does is based on his own interpretation. But the kind of comedy that they make The Fable do, and just the situation, I think it balances out pretty well the action sequences, which I also think was awesome. I don't think Japan has many action movies that revolve around gun hitmen, like hitmen with guns. The Fable does it extremely well. I don't know if it's John Wick level, but there are some pretty damn adrenaline pumping and just high octane, exciting scenes featured both in the beginning and towards the end in the final confrontation. The action sequences were a lot of fun. And of course, this being a story about a cold-blooded killer, you do get some of the violence, blood, and gore that comes with it. Especially towards the beginning, there are a lot of killings that involve shooting that are just like, wow, that was brutal, that was painful, but damn, was that cool. And popping up in the story are a lot of big names if you're a fan of Japanese movies. The boss is played by Sato Koichi, and I think he was one of the more interesting characters. Granted, he didn't have a whole lot of screen time, but I thought whenever Sato Koichi was on screen, his character was damn cool. I want to know more about his character. And then Yoko, who is kind of like, I want to say the assistant of the Fable, who basically becomes his little sister when they kind of rebrand their identities in Osaka. She's an interesting character too. She's played by Kimura Fumino. And she's another character who I wish they explored more about, because when you first meet her, she's kind of just like, all you know is that she is really strong with her alcohol. She'll drink dudes under the table, and she's there with the Fable every step of the way, and that's it. And there are a lot of things she does though that make you interested more in her character. And this movie features some of my favorite Japanese comedic actors in the form of Satojiro and Yasuda Ken. Granted, Satojiro kind of pretty much plays a typical comedic Satojiro character, but Yasuda Ken, he can do both comedy and he can do drama, and he does a pretty excellent job at portraying this Yakuza boss. But when it comes to the negatives of the Fable, can't think of it. I didn't really have much to say. I mean, I genuinely enjoyed the characters. The action was hype. The comedy, at first, okay, the comedy felt kind of awkward because it's like I kind of didn't know the type of comedy to expect in the story, but I think you kind of warm up to it more and more as the story goes along. But I felt like the kind of comedy when they introduced it at first was kind of jarring. The first instance of anything comedic in the story is when you see the Fable watching his favorite comedian on screen and then just burst into really hysterical laughter. And at first it was like, man, this is kind of weird, this is kind of awkward, but you get to know his character more, then you realize how kind of like that kind of scene is fitting. And I think whenever there is any kind of bit of comedy that pops up here and there, it gets better. Yeah, overall, what do I have to say about the Fable? I dug it. It was a lot of fun. This is definitely one of the, in recent years, one of the most entertaining action movies I've seen. And I say it because I think a lot of Japanese action movies are centered on swords and not really much guns and gunplay. And to see it being portrayed in a Japanese movie and with legit good stunts and choreography, it was a lot of fun. And even just the character of the Fable, as I said, he's kind of socially awkward in all of the scenes where he's interacting with normal folk. For the Fable, because they mixed both that kind of calm and cool type of trope with kind of bizarre and awkward comedy, for me, it worked out. So yeah, definitely recommend this movie to watch. If you have the chance, definitely please check it out. Anyways, yes, those are my thoughts on the Fable. What did you guys think? Please let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all the social media channels. And of course, you can support this channel by checking out other videos which are featured here. I talk a lot about, mainly about Japanese movies, as I said, but I definitely would appreciate your support if you checked out other videos on the channel. But yes, that's about it for me, guys. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and hope to catch you all again in the next video. Take it easy.